Hey, what's going on? Ryan Nolting here with Intersection Records. We are doing an album review. A few weeks ago I did part of my series, which I call The Outsiders, which is a show on what I call marginalized, underrated, or underappreciated rock stars or jazz stars. And I did one on Johnny Winter. And I knew that his brother Edgar was working on a tribute album to his brother Johnny, who died, I guess it's been 5 or 6, 7 years ago at this point. He's been working on this record for a while. And the record is called Brother Johnny. So that's Edgar Winter, his older brother. They're both from Beaumont, Texas. I think Johnny was born like in 44 and maybe he was born in 46. In fact, I think he was born in December of 46. In fact, I know that. December 28th of 46. You know, my history with Johnny Winter is the following. I did see him one time at Eric Clapton's Crossroads Guitar Festival. Over the last 10 or 12 years, when I'm in my car and I'm listening to, deep tracks, I like to listen to deep tracks on XM Sirius because it hits me with songs that I've never heard before. And, you can listen to some other stations and you're constantly hearing songs you've heard your whole life. Well, deep tracks doesn't do that for me. There's a couple bands that hit me and I want to immediately know who it is. One's the Kinks, and I hear some deep track. And two is Johnny Winter. I'll hear a song, I hear this searing guitar. I'm like, I bet you that's Johnny Winter. And it is. It's Johnny. Edgar, of course, was kind of the more famous brother in the sense that he had pop songs. He was on Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. He was on Free Ride. Come on and take a free ride. He was on the instrumental Frankenstein. This record that came out in April of 2022, and again, this just won a Grammy a couple weeks ago for the 2023 Grammy Award. So this has been out for about 10 months. This thing is an absolute monster. This is a tribute album of Johnny Winter songs where Edgar plays on all of them. Edgar sings on most of them. Edgar writes the final track on it. And let's talk about this monstrous album. And it's not going to count in my year-end 2023 reviews, but this is one of the best records I've heard in a long time. And maybe I can't believe I didn't pick it up 10 months ago. It starts out with Meantown Blues, which features Joe Bonamassa on guitar. This thing jumps off the record. It sounds like ZZ Top and Bo Diddley had a baby. And, it's a song that Johnny performed at Woodstock. Johnny had a power trio at Woodstock that featured Tommy Shannon on bass. Tommy Shannon would later go on and work with Stevie Ray Vaughan in Double Trouble. And later at Woodstock, brother Edgar came out and rounded out a quartet. The song is amazing. The second song is snarling and nasty and in your face, and the production is incredible. It's called Still Alive and Well, featuring the great Kenny Wayne Shepherd. I mean, Bonamassa crushes you over the head, then Kenny Wayne just does it even more. The next one, you almost need a little bit of a break after 8 solid minutes of searing guitar. An acoustic song, which is a duet between Keb Mo and Edgar Winter, and it's an acoustic, more Delta blues sound, and it's fantastic. It's called Lone Star Blues. I really like it. The next one I circled is one of the best. It's Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top, Derek Trucks, and Edgar Winter. It's called I'm Yours and I'm Hers. This was the first song off of 1969's self-titled album, Johnny Winter. And it's got slide guitar on it. Of course, Johnny was one of the best slide guitar players of his generation. And Billy Gibbons and Derek Trucks. Derek Trucks probably is maybe the best slide guitar player of all time. Amazing song. Absolutely amazing. Then Johnny Be Good. I'm a St. Louisan. I am partial to Johnny Be Good. The version with Joe Walsh on guitar and singing, and David Grissom is just smoking. It's a great version of Johnny Be Good that Chuck Berry would be proud of. The next song I circled is one of my favorites. This thing is incredible. You have Joe Walsh on guitar. You have Ringo Starr on drums. You got Edgar Winter on keyboards. And you got Michael McDonald, also from St. Louis, singing. Michael McDonald's voice is now aged to where he almost sounds like Greg Allman here. This is such a different sounding Michael McDonald in a good way. This song is absolutely killer. So unique. And I love that Joe Walsh is only playing guitar. Not that I don't like Joe Walsh's voice. But you know what? He's a killer guitar player. By the way, subscribe to my channel. Check out my top 50 guitar players. Lots of the guys that we're talking about here are on that list. I love that Joe Walsh is only playing guitar here because I want to hear Michael sing and I want to hear Ringo and Edgar, and it's amazing. The next song is a barn burner and a killer vocal. A killer vocal by Edgar again. So we got Kenny Wayne Shepherd coming back into the pack here on this song, and we have John McPhee from the Doobie Brothers, and it's a song called Highway 61 Revisited. By the way, the reason why I call my channel Intersection Records is because I live a stone's throw in St. Louis from the intersection of Highway 61 and Route 66. This is the Bob Dylan classic that Johnny Winter crushed a version of in the late 60s, Highway 61 Revisited. It's just a barn burner. Listen to that. The next one, Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. Steve Lukather from Toto freaking blows the roof off the joint. And this thing doesn't let you up for air. This thing does not let you up for air. It is incredible. His guitar playing is just incredible. That's my only note. Just incredible. Whew! When you got a good friend featuring Doyle Bramwell. Country blues again. Just a well done country blues. Doyle Bramwell II is incredible. He's from Texas too. You know, all these guys are coming in and you know that they're fans of Johnny. You know that maybe he was even their idol or one of their heroes. What are you going to do on your hero's tribute album? You've got to step it up because you know that Lukather's on it. You know that Bonamassa is on it. You know that Gibbons and Derek Trucks are on it. And you know that Kenny Wayne Shepherd, you better freaking deliver the goods, and this thing keeps on and keeps on delivering. You also know, if you subscribe to my channel, that I don't like long albums. I don't like an album that's over 45 minutes long. Not here. This thing's got 17 songs on it. Insane. Jumpin' Jack Flash. Phil X. Phil X, famous for being in Triumph for a period of time and playing with all kinds of different people. Phil X's guitar playing. All I wrote on Jumpin' Jack Flash is hell yes. Again, Phil X is right up there with these guys. If you like guitar music, and this is not... I hesitate to even call this a blues album because it's so high energy that it's just a rock and roll album. Again, this is won the Grammy. Not that I give a crud about the Grammys, but this thing got recognized. And Edgar Winter got recognized, as he should. Neither one of these guys are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Think about that. I mean, I saw 2 or 3 years ago, it was probably 5 years ago, and saw Alice Cooper and Deep Purple, and Edgar Winter opened up. And Edgar Winter blew both those bands off the stage. His vocals and the way his energy is, it's unbelievable. Moving on, guess I'll go away with Taylor Hawkins on drums and Doug Rappaport, I think on guitar and vocals. I'm not familiar with him, and I wish I should have done some more homework. But the vocals are amazing, and the guitar playing is amazing. I wrote... It sounds like it's straight out of 1972. Subscribe to my channel if you would. If you like content like this, subscribe to this channel. Every single day we're going to do something. And it may be something that's a little bit out of your comfort zone or something that's a guilty pleasure of mine, but the next day it's going to be right back to what you want. And we're all going to learn something here. And that's one of the reasons I like learning about this, because this blows me away. Drowned in My Own Tears is a song just featuring Edgar. It's a piano blues with Edgar and some horns. I mean, it's an absolute winner. So again, we've been getting crushed by a heavy guitar. Now we're going to slow things down with a little bit of more just city blues with some horns. It's killer. The next one is another monster by Joe Bonamassa called Self-Destructive Blues. It's absolutely killer. The next song, 14, the 14th song, is featuring Warren Haynes, one of my favorite guitar players. Again, check out my list of top 50 guitar players. I wrote Warren Haynes bashes you over the head here. Just kick ass from start to finish. Again, I know personally that Warren Haynes is a huge Winter fan. You think he's not going to deliver the goods on the one song that he's playing on a Johnny Winter tribute album? When he knows that Bonamassa and Phil X and Kenny Wayne and Bramall and Trucks, and I mean, you have to deliver the goods, and they do. The next one, Stormy Monday. It says Stormy Monday Blues, but we know the song Stormy Monday. Robin Ford, my father-in-law, a couple years ago went and saw Eric Gales and Mike Zito and Robin Ford. He's more of a jazz guitar player, but he can play the blues too and add those little frilly things like a Larry Carlton. Killer. Got My Mojo Working is the 16th song. The great Bobby Rush, who I still haven't seen live, and I know I need to. Just a great harmonica, great singing by Bobby Rush. And the last song on this masterpiece, and I'm going to call it a modern day blues masterpiece, is an original song by Edgar called End of the Line. It's a touching piano with strings by David Campbell. Is this the best tribute album of all time? I'm dead serious. I think it might be. Peace out. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you, Edgar, for honoring your brother, who was a legend and a genius. Thanks to all those great guitar players. Freaking Ringo Starr's on this record. I mean, this is a killer album. Be good. We'll see you later.